Okay, today's adventure brings us to Warrior, Alabama. And there's supposed to be a dump over here with plenty of soda bottles. Well, plenty of broken ones. I don't know if we'll find any intact ones or not. But there are some bottles that are intact. There are other types of bottles besides soda. Looks like a lot of fresh digging. Yeah, again, we're 2 weeks too late. How could I be 2 weeks too late again? I don't understand that. It looks like they only dug a few inches deep though. Most dumps are several feet deep. 2 or 3 feet anyway. I guess I'll have to start probing and see what happens. Is that a Warrior bottle?
Not sure.
It's minimally embossed, Birmingham, Alabama. Yeah, it's possible that a novice collector just came out here and dug a few inches deep. Well, it's almost steep enough that the bottles could roll on down 200 feet. So there's probably some bottles way down there. Probably more than there is up here, because this is where people are digging and they probably don't dig down there. Well, here's a couple broken Warrior bottles from around 1910 or 12. This one's an aqua one. Purity Bottling Works Warrior. Too bad about that. Yeah, I don't know. This dump might be wiped out. I have to probe it out. Here's a piece of concrete with a bunch of broken soda bottles embedded in it. And here's another one. All soda pop bottles.
Yep.
Yeah, it looks like very fresh digging all around here. And somebody found several cobalt bottles and left them. Well, it's questionable as to whether those are worth bringing back. I mean, you can get $2.50 a piece for them eventually. What's that structure right there above the dump? I don't know. Makes me wonder. Looks like a hobble skirt is well hidden right here. It could actually be intact. No, not quite. It's just a D patent from the late 40s or early 50s. It's from Jasper, Alabama. This dump covers all time periods. Here is a Pepsi bottle from about 1973. This is a big undertaking because probing with one hand and holding a camera with another hand is kind of difficult.
Check this out. It's almost as if they had so many bottles that they purposely busted all these up and just poured concrete over because that's flat. And I'm sure that would have been up there. And over time, when they were done with it, they tore that building down. They pushed just off the hill here.
Yeah. Well, I'm surprised. I probed at least 100 different places and couldn't find any layer to dig. So I guess I'm going to write this dump off as a wiped out surface dump. I don't know. Has Brandon made a video of this place? It seems like it. I mean, maybe he was the one here a week or two ago, because somebody sure dug it. Yeah.
Makes me wonder if they've ever even found anything worth keeping.
I've been out on the road for 6 weeks digging, so I haven't been able to keep up with his videos lately, so I'll have to check him out when I get back home. I never thought to print a map of this town because I don't know why. Maybe they don't have this area represented in the old maps, but I have maps for over 100 towns in Alabama, and Warrior is not one of them, and there's multiple early sodas from here, so I'm kind of confused about that. I think we should salvage the day by going looking for privies here in Warrior. What do you think?
We got everything.
Yep. Okay, we're in some place in Alabama. I don't even know where. But I have located a privy. Of course, I had to locate one 10 minutes before dark. So that's not good because the lighting is not going to be very good. So sorry about that, but this one definitely has a lot of bottles in it. I mean, I just crunched through 6 pieces of glass in one probe. One stab with the probe, that is. So let's open it up and see what's down there. I mean, it looks like a 1970s privy. So I won't bore you with what's happening now, but when I find something worth looking at, I'll get back to you. Could it be a 1980s privy? I mean, I just pulled out a piece of clothing that's still intact. Yeah, this is... I hope it's not really a privy. Oh, it definitely is a privy because I probed it all the way to the handle and it kept going, hitting glass the whole way. But look at that. I'm finding aluminum can tops. I can just hope that it's a 1950s soda hole because there was supposed to be a soda works right close to here, about 75 to 100 feet from here, as a matter of fact. Well, if 40s privies weren't bad enough, now I'm digging a 1970s privy. Well, you can tell by the way the C is in the Coke, the O. If it has a full circle, it means it's from the 60s, but if it's got squeezed together O, then it means it's from the 70s. We can only hope it goes older real quick. But it's loaded with bottles. I mean, there could be 75 to 100 bottles in here because I hit so much glass. Okay, here's a no deposit. That should have an actual date on the bottom. Well, I think I'm going to abandon this one because we only have a very short amount of time left and I have multiple properties to probe out here. So I'm going to get to some other spots and hopefully find an older hole. Okay, I found another privy. It's got to be older than the 70s because this structure looks like it's 100 years old. The brickwork looks 100 plus years old. So I'm going to have to dig this real quick. This whole backyard seems to be loaded with privies. That's the 4th one I found. And I have yet to probe 50% of the backyard. Another uneventful day in Alabama. I don't know what's going on, but I've had a bad trip in Alabama this time. But I did have that one great day when I found $1,100 worth of bottles. Okay, here we are in Allgood, Alabama. Checking out some place just out in the middle of the woods. So many thousands of pine needles. I hate looking for things in areas with pine needles because it just makes it impossible to find anything. Okay, we got a cabin here. It seems like it fell down though. Let's see, how old is this? Well, that 2x4 is really a 2x4, so that tells you that's old. It's not a 1.5 by 3.5. So I think that's about 1934 or older. Well, I guess I'll have to get to probing. Well, there's a little creek running through here, and I think there's got to be a dump someplace along here. So I'll get back to you if I find anything. Interesting. What's that?
When I first came up and visited this place, it was totally standing, fully standing.
Really?
Yeah. in a storm.
Well, was that less than a year ago?
It's probably been 2 or 3 years ago now. Never really went out exploring and hunting other than flea markets and stuff like that.
Okay. Real close to the house is an outhouse. It's a sunken down spot about 6 inches. I probed it about 10 times. I felt very little in there. Then I came over here and tried it again, and I definitely feel some glass in there. So I'm going to open it up and see if there's anything good in there. Well, we finally found something. Nothing to be proud of, but at least it proves it's a privy. Yay!